We are back in Nullius, me and my clone, and my third clone, which is off somewhere else in my base. And let's see what we're doing this episode. We have slowed down progress a little bit on our science, and by a little bit, I mean I only have 6 labs working out of however many that is. And the reason is green science is down to a trickle because of fluid ingredient shortage of lubricants. Yes, lubricant was giving us fits the last few hours because of the motor 2s as well, which is a big intermediate in a lot of the stuff in our mall. So it is time. We are going to fix lubricant, and in order to fix lubricant, we have a fluid ingredient shortage of methanol. And in order to fix methanol, well, it's not quite that simple. I can come down here and put beacons, and in fact, that is definitely what I'm going to do. First, let me copy some small beacons. I'm going to cram some small beacons in here. Perfect. Perfect. Some of that good spam. Excellent. Let's see. Do I have a large beacon affecting this also? I can do a couple large beacons, which are pretty good to have. Oh, that was too close to it, huh? How do I do this? I think some down here will be good, and those weren't interfering. Okay, cool. So that'll help. And now I will have better research while I spend this episode doing something a little more long-term, shall we say. So I'm going to come down here, set up some compressed methanol. And we can look in Factory Planner for that, and I will. And indeed, it is fairly simple. We need pressurized air, which gives us compressed carbon dioxide. We can turn that into compressed methane, just mixing it with some compressed hydrogen. And then that compressed methane turns into methanol. And this is basically quadrupling or quintupling our output currently for not the cost of not too many buildings. However, there is a slightly better option, and that is using this new recipe, alkene synthesis, which is this middle one right here. This gives us methane mainly, as well as ethylene and propene, both of which are good to have. Now, the ethylene, this ratio of ethylene to propene is weighted more heavily on ethylene than the other pyrolysis that we have, or what alkene synthesis that we have. So we'll be getting more ethylene than propene already, and we already are turning this ethylene into propene, so we're going to need to do considerably more of that using the ethylene pyrolysis. The benzene is negligible. It's a good thing to have that byproduct, and everything else is pretty negligible as well. So this is actually nice because it gives us a lot of propene as well. So we have simple, just gives us methanol. And we have complicated, and it gives us propene. In fact, if we add this propene to the simple recipe, it would consume a ton more compressed hydrogen. So overall, this is considerably more efficient. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set this up basically, but then I'm also going to have some extra methanol being made by this simple recipe. So that way, if this balance isn't right, this would only work if the methanol and propene was exactly this ratio. What we are consuming. So if the balance isn't right, we have extra propene being made in our base already, and now we will have extra methanol being made as well to kind of, make sure we get the right ratios. Okay, but as you can tell, if you've been paying attention, we need compressed hydrogen and compressed oxygen, which we do not have. I'm going to convert this into the compressed recipe, and I can just do that immediately like so, changing the water electrolysis to the pressurized recipe. Now, yeah, you're like, wait, but hang on. The pipes will get contaminated. They absolutely will. Look at that. We have some hydrogen and some compressed hydrogen in the system. Isn't that fun? I believe we have pumped out all the hydrogen and probably pumped out most of the oxygen. Yes. So now if I remove those pumps, dump the remaining oxygen and remaining hydrogen, and then put those pumps back with my bots. We only have compressed hydrogen in this line now, so all of these electrolyzers should be working. And we will not pump until these tanks are empty. It might take a while for them to empty out. However, if I put some extra steam tanks on the end here, I really don't need this many turbines, do I? I don't think I do. So let's... The lamp is in the way, obviously. All right. Just like that, we're getting steam, and that should burn through a lot of this hydrogen. Probably not all of it. But maybe. I actually don't know the ratio. The outputs are full because the pump speeds are going pretty hard. Oh, okay, and now we'll burn through the same steam. So, cool. We'll get rid of this hydrogen here. I will make room. Let's start with the oxygen because we're venting that anyways. So if I do it by hand, that should push the oxygen into the other tanks. Of course, I think I just vented a ton of it, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, and now we have compressed oxygen. Let's think real quick about how we're going to, let's see, use this compressed oxygen. We do need the compressed oxygen for the methanol, like we talked about here, but we also need regular oxygen. So the best way to get rid of the regular oxygen is what? I believe the best way is backup turbines. Indeed, it absolutely is going to be backup turbines. Closed backup turbines. That will give us power using something that we don't even need. So that's cool. Like I said, backup. Okay, so we've got backup turbines. I really think 4 is going to be enough. The compressed gas into turbines is super... What's the word? Super fast. Like, you can burn through a lot of compressed gas. I think the throughput of this line is going to be more of an issue than anything. Could be wrong here. But we can just pump this directly into a tank. I believe. I'm not really sure if we're going to have issues here. But, okay, and then if this backs up, we also want, and I actually might put a bit of a relief valve here. Probably like 10. We just need a little compressed oxygen, I think. Okay, cool. And then we'll do another adjustable relief valve if this gets to like 40. Yeah, that should be good. And basically copy this whole thing like so. That'll do. And change these to standard. Cool, so first we'll use backup, and then if we fill up on compressed oxygen, we'll use standard, and then if we fill up on compressed oxygen again, we can just do barrel pumps to turn it into regular oxygen. Barrel pumps, I do have few. I'm not automating this, so... yeah. All right, how much of this compressed oxygen can I go through? 500 a second. And this will give me 500 a second. Cool. That was pretty good, wasn't it? All right, and yeah, I changed that to 60% if we fill up on the compressed oxygen. All right, cool. And then we need to get this back. All right. What do I want to do here? I believe I can fly. No, I believe I will combine these. Could I even combine it with this line? Maybe I can, right? Yeah, I can. Because I have that auxiliary valve. I'm not going crazy, right? I'm not going crazy. Okay, and then we don't need that extra pump. We never did. We never needed that extra pump. All right, I'll put it right here and then have one go down and one go to the left, like that. Okay, so all of those... How did that... Oh, that's just the recipe set. I was like, how did oxygen get in these lines? No, we're good. Cool. Okay, that makes sense to me. Does that make sense to you? Let me know if this is a good way to do it. Bit of a waste of a time, I would say. Bit of a waste of time, but that's okay. Now, we did need this oxygen going down to the combustion. Yes, that's pretty much why we did it. Now, how do I... Maybe what I want to do is get rid of all these tanks. If I do it by hand, I think it saves oxygen, and if I don't do it by hand, it does not. And yeah, that's fine. Again, we don't need to conserve oxygen. We got plenty of oxygen. All right, now here, let me remove these oxygen things and do something like this. Ta-da! Now all the oxygen is flowing this way. I can use... Let's see. I think, do I want to vent this actually? I forget. I mean, if this compressed oxygen fills up, I can vent it. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll vent the compressed oxygen because I think that'll be faster. But for now, let's see. We need to make this go out back to the base, please. Like so. With a adjustable relief valve set to 80% should do the trick. Okay, and then last step here is to vent this if it gets too much. So I suppose I need to do move that up a little bit. Put a tank just like this. Just like this, just like this. Perfect. I guess I didn't need to move it that far up. Okay. Did I not need to move it up at all? No, I did not. All right, 80%? No, I think I needed 70% because these pipes only hold 80%. So if this fills up to 70%, then we will just vent it. And I don't really... Oh yeah, the reason it would fill up is if the oxygen filled up. Okay. So then a couple chimneys should do the trick because compressed oxygen is much less dense, so that'll go through the compressed oxygen much faster than it would go through the oxygen. Okay. I think that looks good to me. Do we want to do something similar to the hydrogen? No. For now, we just need the compressed hydrogen. And yeah, I'll do this. All right, all of our hydrogen's out of the system. Now we just have a bunch of compressed... Yeah, 403. So now we can connect these systems. And everything is segregated, right? We got a bunch of compressed hydrogen. We got some compressed oxygen. All right, I am now ready. We don't need a good pipe there. In fact, we do not need... pumps here. I no longer want to pump the hydrogen into the combustions. I might need it, but for the throughput, but I don't think so. And I don't think so because the compressed hydrogen will have better throughput regardless. But we'll see. All right, I need to change this now to the compressed hydrogen recipe. And then shift left click all of these bad boys. And these should be the good ones. Okay, yeah, you can see that compressed hydrogen is not really getting there. So pump's probably a good idea. Let's just do that. 6,000 compressed hydrogen a second. That is a lot of hydrogen. Okay. And then the oxygen is struggling to keep up. Which makes sense, yeah. Makes sense. Okay, but anyways, that'll figure itself out. Next thing I want to do is pump this compressed hydrogen to my new air filtration. That was a lot of work. Actually, the next thing I want to do is shift on over to my concrete bot, pick up all this oh, yellow isn't working. Yellow and blue aren't working. Item ingredient shortage of iron wire. Okay, I never put iron wire in the storage chest. Yes. All right, and then item ingredient shortage of Silica. I also never put silica in a chest. That is just so sad. Well, let's go put silica and iron wire in chests. I can't do that with this buddy, can I? I'll walk down with this guy. Oh my gosh. Walk down with this guy so that I can put concrete in places. I could put concrete over here, finally. I've never done that. And let's see, shift U to go put down some boxes over by my iron wire and my silica. Alright, that's taken care of. Silica and iron wire. And now our yellow and blue concrete will finally be working again. Let's head on down and take care of business. Alright, I got a nice little red patch for my hydrocarbons, all that carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, methane, methanol. I think that looks kind of red. And then I guess I would put it in blue, but we have some air separation too, and I don't have any blue concrete because of that silica issue. So let's put down some distilleries here with this pressurized compressed air. Excellent. I do not need modules, I don't think. But what I do need to do is check the right ratios here. I guess I'll just do like, how do I want to do this? Yeah, we'll do something like so. Compressed air, we're getting from the priority compressor 2. Okay. So, yeah, one of these for every 2 distilleries. And then what's the air look like? Sorry. I said, what's the air look like? Air filtered 2s. Okay. Interesting. So 2 of these, or let's see, 4 air filters for 1 compressor for 2 distilleries. Does that make sense? Priority compressors, what's their minimum consumption? Minimum consumption 30 kilowatts. That is negligible. Let's just do something like yeah. Something like that, baby. Perfect. And then set that to compressed air. Excellent. You know, I'm going to go crazy here. Switch over to using red things. And by things, I mean the pipes and advanced fluid handling stuff. And the reason is because there's going to be so many of them, I don't see a need to go, burn through that much carbon composite and that sort of thing. I've got it in my mall. My base spots will bring it to me shortly. Don't worry. All right, we can put power pole there. Actually, before I put the power pole there, let's copy this a few times so that I can decide exactly where I want the power pole, because it does not reach. However, yeah, I can do that. Haha. And then a light every time. Actually, yeah, I know I can't reach. No big deal. NBD, you guys. Calm down. Okay, that's my nice tileable design here. Let's put it where I want it. I can do 1 over... and I'd like to leave room for beacons, I think, wouldn't I? Alright, something like that. As you can see, I used my bots to move it once or twice, maybe. But now we have, I think, 15 of them here, which should be fine, and I can expand it downward as needed. And now, let's put these... where do I want this? I'm going to run these to the left and just put some large tanks right over in this part of my base. Something like... We'll leave some room here. Something like... Nice and neat or compact? I don't know. Alright, I went with sort of nice and neat and compact. Now, I will not be pumping in these gases into the tanks. We're going to let them be I guess at 80% pressure, because these pipes will fill up to 80% pressure. And then if I need to pump out or pump in, I can use the sides. I won't use the top or the bottom for pumping. So that way I can put them closer together. I don't have to worry about leaving space for pumps there. Okay. First we'll just do nitrogen, residual gas or whatever that is, and carbon dioxide up here, I guess. Yeah, that'll work just fine. All right, and just like that, we've got some compressed gases going here. But then I cut the power, huh? All righty. Add a pylon back in here. Yeah, I had to cut those power poles because I had to... Well, I could have moved the pipes, but I didn't, so... Oh, and then we need all these power poles. So I will just put one like so in each of these places. Oh, and then the... Darn. I guess I could have used a... Why didn't that go down there? I don't know. Maybe there used to be a beacon. Oh, yeah, there was probably a beacon in the way. When I moved it over, I cut and pasted. But until the bots pick up the beacon, it still blocks things from going down. Okay, cool. So compressed stuff is different from what we have. Let's deal with compressed nitrogen. I'll leave residual gas possibly until several episodes from now. If I run the compressed nitrogen... How are we going to do this? If I run the compressed nitrogen over to my main source, I think that'll be fine as long as I change the priorities of it, because I think I'm using a lot of compressed nitrogen for the ammonia. Oops, I'm on the three-way there. Okay. And yeah, I didn't have pumps doing anything weird here. The pumps for ammonia are not weird. All right, let's follow this line up and see what's happening over here with my compressed nitrogen situation. Yes, we are pumping this out. Now, I believe I no longer want to pump in this compressed nitrogen. This is going to be like my backup if I need more of it. And also, we don't need to pump that at all. No, siree, we definitely do not. Yeah. Okay. So we got a top up here. Top up. So if we need more than 80%, those will fill up to 80%. Actually, red pipes. I think some of those are red pipes, and those only fill up to 60%, right? Okay, good. So this is only ever going to fill up to 60%, which means we need... Oh, I did want that actually to be a relief valve. Adjustable though. If this is 50%, then we want to relieve it over here. Okay, I think this is going to work. This tank will stay at 50%, which means this will work. If I get full of compressed nitrogen over here, then this will fill up to more than 50%, and so these will stop working. But it'll take some time for this compressed nitrogen to fill up to more than 50%, I think. Oh, this is actually pumping out. Okay. So this is always going to be at 80%. Okay, I gotcha. Or 60% rather. So this tank should be at 60% then, but it's not, eh? Maybe I just need to upgrade these red things just for the pressure. I'm not 100% sure what's going on here. But I think if these are blue, then this pipe will fill up to 80%, which means this tank should also fill up to 80%. Although I would have guessed it would fill up to 60% because the red pipes were at 60%. But, oh well. I'm sure it'll work out. When have things not worked out for me? That's always working out. All right, low power fluid ingredient shortage. Oh, I'm going to guess the power is messing with our ratios here. Okay. And are these working? We've got plenty of steam. We've got some oxygen. The output's full here. Yes. So we're getting the we're getting the throughput we need of the compressed hydrogen. Hopefully we'll have enough stored up here to take care of all of our needs. Okay, but anyways, I think we can now start using the compressed carbon dioxide for whatever this was. Alkene synthesis? Oh no, we need monoxide. So let's make some chem plants. And yeah, that'll be easy. We do need the compressed hydrogen for it now. All right, compressed carbon monoxide. Good, that's the one. And this time we'll start using our yield modules for all this stuff. Oh, okay, just like that, I have a whole row of 20 some of them, 21 or so, which should be way more than enough. I'll make sure I leave room for beacons, which I guess I should just put beacons down since they are pretty cheap. I guess I need to make sure I put my modules in there. Okay. Oh, I didn't put the modules in there. Silly me. Okay, and then just along this side here between these beacons will be enough room for the other thing I needed, which was compressed methane. That also uses compressed carbon dioxide and compressed hydrogen. There's probably a nice, cool way to combine this. I could put it in the same row as this, but I'm just going to make a new row. Actually, I do see something I could do here, and that is if I used that, then I could put it close like that. That's cool. All right. Is that worth doing? I don't know. It's fun. Fun. Okay, and then if I put that power pole just like that, I will be able to copy and paste everything just how I want it. Like... And that was more than enough, I think? Yeah, more than enough, because I'm not going to be using this much anyways. Okay, cool. And the beacons hit everything, so that'll boost it even more, like crazy, right? I think that boosts it like crazy. Okay, guys. Oh, I forgot to put yield modules in there. Darn it, Earl. Darn it all. Ugh. That's okay. Yeah. I think that does it. Okay, cool. Now I just need to route the pipes. I will... Let's see. Get the hydrogen and the carbon dioxide, is it? And then the water. Ah, where am I going with the water? Not sure. Okay, water, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, and oxygen. Let's get the oxygen first. And I just said oxygen, but of course I meant hydrogen. You know me, always saying the wrong thing. Okay, how is this going? Have we been using a bunch of backup power the last hour or so? Yeah, last 10 minutes we've been going through this compressed hydrogen and oxygen. So it's good that we actually have some. That is heartening, I would say. All right, so we will start making some of this stuff as soon as I hook up now the carbon dioxide. Just like so. Everything's working. And look at that. That throughput is fantastic. Those are a whole bunch of pipes that I'm filling up here. Now the water, we can pump this water back into this system up here, which will help because I think I don't have quite enough water to fill up this stuff here. Maybe I do. Who knows? But I think, let's see. If I come all the way up here, maybe I'll put it back in this system. Nah, I'll just pump it right... Where do I pump it? I don't know. Right there should do the trick. Is that even powered? Where's my power? Oh yeah, there's a substation up there. A very random substation indeed. Alright. Oh, that was a terrible place for it. Why did I think that was gonna work for me? Alright, here we go. Easy peasy. Okay, what's next? We have... compressed methane. We also have compressed carbon monoxide. Let's set up the alkene synthesis. I didn't put lights in this blueprint, huh? How about I do something like that? Cool. Very distinctive flooring, wouldn't you say? Okay, cool. And this is not running because of the fluid ingredient shortage, which I thought these air filters were enough. Are they not enough? What math did I do wrong? Oh, no, they're not enough. Wait. They should be enough, right? Is my math going crazy? 9.5 times... Let's see. Wait. What am I trying to do? Yeah, I don't really know what's happening here. Fluid ingredient shortage. That makes sense. Oh, wait. Oh, that automatically put in the module there. That's what it is. Okay, what happens if I put speed modules then into the air filters? There's still not enough air? Still not enough air. But it's better. I wonder what happens when I upgrade to air filter 3s. I'm guessing air filter 3s are considerably better than air filter 2s. Alright, well that should help. Compressed nitrogen is all being pumped out. Excellent. Wait, that means I'm not getting enough of it. Interesting. It's really surprising, actually. Because I'm getting 1,412. How much am I consuming for the... let's see, ammonia, about that much. Way less than 1,000, right? That said 1,000, didn't it? Yeah. I guess I'm pushing it all into here, yeah? Yeah, I'm pushing it all into there. Okay. Am I okay with that? I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm definitely okay with that. One thing I can do to fix it is... Maybe fix is not the right word. But I could... I could pump it down. That's what I'm thinking. And that way... If this ever runs super low, it'll all go to the ammonia. It won't go up top. Okay. That'll work. That'll work. That'll work. That'll work. That'll work. Now let's set up... What are these things? Rocks? Interesting. Let's set up some more... ethylene pyrolysis, because we're going to need that. How do I do that? I think that should do the trick. Yes, indeed. That should do the trick. That'll do nicely, pig. And then down here, I'll put some alkene synthesis light. And I'm out of distillery twos. Give me all the distilleries you have. Hold on. I worry that you said give me... I worry that you heard me say, give me a lot of distilleries. But what I actually said was, give me all the distillery twos you have. Okay, I think that's all I need. Maybe I need more pumps. I think I'm okay on pumps. What about large tanks? I think I'm okay on large tanks. All right. Now these guys are going to give... Oh, hydro plant twos are in my trash, huh? What else are they bringing me? Yield modules? Yeah, I could use yield modules. Actually, in fact, I'm going to go up and take the yield modules for myself. All right, cool. And speed modules? I'm fine on speed modules. All right, back to it then. Is it fun to run through my base helter skelter? It's pretty fun. Okay, cool. I made it. Alkene synthesis light. Versus pressurized. I could change this one to pressurized as well now. So maybe I'll do that eventually. But I do like the light because it gives me the methane. And let's see but maybe the ethylene actually giving me methane. You know, I didn't consider that. Maybe the regular alkene synthesis into the ethylene pyrolysis is better. I'll check that real quick in Factory Planner. Okay, I'm having a hard time with this, but I really think that we definitely need more methane than the regular alkene synthesis will give me. Yeah, just those pyrolyses, it's just too much. Like, yeah, it doesn't give me enough methane. So we definitely want the light, so that I get a bunch of methane. Okay, cool. All right, something like this for the light alkene synthesis here. We'll just need to route everything perfectly. I think all I need to do is take these down like so, and then bring it over here and just force them in to these outputs like so. I just have to figure out which is which. Oh wait, one of them is methane. So, okay. I guess this is benzene. Propene is this one here, right? Yeah, propane's that weird. I don't know. Is that the weirdest one? Kind of looks weird to me. Okay. And then the other ones? Yeah, okay, so the ethylene and the propene are hooked up there, and now the methane is running into these outputs. Actually, no. What's going to happen if I do that is that, oh my, I just realized that that's all messed up. Darn it all. Well, anyways, let's get methane like here, I think, and I'll run it parallel to these other ones. Hopefully that won't run into issues here. But I'll run it parallel and then do a top up. Do a top up, yes. Into my main methane stuff. And I actually don't need to call it a top up. I'm just having it flow into this tank at 80% pressure, and then we'll be pumping the rest of the methane. So it will be deprioritized. And do I want it deprioritized? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I want it deprioritized. All right, now I need to go through here and painstakingly put red pipes everywhere. I guess that wasn't too painful. Okay, final step. The compressed hydrogen and the compressed carbon monoxide, right? Monoxide, yes. Carbon monoxide is on top here. Hydrogen is on bottom. Okay. All right, hydrogen was on bottom, like I said, and monoxide is right there. All right, these are working. Low power, but they are working. All right, let's figure out our power issue. Wow. How's our steam here? Steam's fine. How's our compressed hydrogen? Good. Oxygen's good. Pretty good. Okay, cool. And output's full. The water's looking fine. Everything is looking fine. What is full? Is it the red? It is the red pipe. But since it's compressed, it should be plenty of throughput. We're not having any issues with these pipes not being full all the way to the edge of this alkene synthesis. Cool. So now we're making a ton of propene. I would expect us to quickly fill up the propene, and I would expect us to quickly fill up the methane as well. Fantastic. All right, these can work full tilt now. I'm not really sure if the beacons make that correct, but we have plenty for the lubricant. Let's make sure the lubricant's running full time. It is indeed. If anything, it's hydrogen chloride, which is an issue, and these are not working because of hydrogen. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, I probably should now go over to my hydrogen and pump that back into my main line. Would be a reasonable idea. How is this backup hydrogen? We do not have any backup hydrogen because of our power. It's been low so long. All right, and the compressed hydrogen here is going to run low as well, so I'm not going to worry Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it. It'll have to sort itself out. All right. There was one other thing, wasn't there? We needed to do this simple compressed methanol. We have everything we need. I just need some chem plants making methane out of carbon dioxide. No, that's what this was. Yep, we got methane. So now I just need methanol. And if I put it right here, that'll be good, I think. Pressurize. Yep, pressurized. Cool. Okay. And bada bing, bada boom, lots of methanol coming in. I just need to hook up, well, I guess first I'll hook up the compressed methane, and I can put it down here. And then the compressed oxygen is gonna come this way. And very exciting. Very, 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 very exciting. And I'll pump it out. Since this is going to be at low pressure, right? Did I choose 20? 10%. This is going to be at 10% long term. So I definitely want to pump out, and that is not in the line I wanted it. So then let's just choose to take this up wherever is convenient. Where is it? Here it is. Just next to the water, I suppose. And I'm guessing that'll be perfect. We'll put an elbow here, and we're getting methanol. Yes, 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 yes. Good. Working. Everything's working. Let's take the methanol over to the main source, and now this is going to be the main source, I believe. Right? Why wouldn't it be? I guess it wouldn't be... Yeah, maybe it's not the main source because of the pyrolysis. I would like to do pyrolysis, and if I get full of methane, then I can't do pyrolysis anymore. Yeah, that's a good point. But I could just combust the methane. Let's put methanol in a probably a small tank because it's so dense. How do I want to do this? Well, let's put it in a slightly larger tank because it's not going to be at full pressure. If I put it here, is that going to be crazy? Yeah, that's going to be crazy. All right, where do I put the methanol? Let's put the methanol down here. Yeah. I'll just stick it here. Again, it's going to be pretty low pressure. So then I will top it up to a pressure that's like, yeah, I mean, 60% works. Why would I put it in line with the oxygen? So silly of me. Put it all down there, and that's my no, that's hydrogen. Okay. Methanol is right here. Cool, and that's already full. Let's see. I like putting the underground pipes on the pathing. So that'll work just like that. All right, cool. So now this is like backup methanol. Cool. I actually don't want 60%. I want maybe 50% because some of these pipes might be red. And if they're red, I want them to fill up. Yeah, these pipes are red. So this is only ever going to fill up 60%, which means the tank is only ever going to fill up 60%. And actually, I mean, 40% would be very reasonable here. How about I do it to 40%? And that way we don't have issues with the methane backing up. Fluid ingredient shortage of ethylene. Cool. And fluid ingredient shortage of propane. I'm guessing... Why is the ethylene... Carbon monoxide's full. What's happening down here? Oh, we don't have compressed hydrogen. Okay. If we had compressed hydrogen, if power wasn't such a disaster over the last 10 minutes, or the last hour, it's been a disaster, we would have a lot more of this. Well, very successful. I think that's about all I've done. Wow. And we have a ton more space here that I've put concrete down. How about I line... Let's see, Shift U. How about I line this stuff with the white? Make it look nice. Make it look nice. Like so. Oh, let's deal with our residual gas, because I think we need more argon anyways. And it is slowly but surely getting full. What's full here? The carbon dioxide's full. That's because that's 60% pressure. Okay, that makes sense. And the output full is here, and the fluid ingredient shortage because of the hydrogen. Yes, 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 yes. All right. Now, in order to take care of the compressed residual gas, do I want to do it here? I think, yeah, we'll just do it here. I might get rid of this steam combustion at some point anyway, so we should have plenty of room. Already added distilleries. I would like more distilleries. Maybe I'll just go up and do stuff here. Is my argon full? Oh, it is full. Okay. Cool. Well, that's good. Now I am going to get compressed argon. Sodium hydroxide's low. Okay. I'm going to get compressed argon. And compressed argon is used in stuff, so I think I'll just pipe around my compressed argon then. Yeah. All right. What was I doing over here? Oh, I took I was going to get my distilleries, but I think I have distilleries in my other guy. Wow. I'm just all over the place. Well, let's just go check concrete while we're here. Ah, shoot. Now we're out of sodium hydroxide. Of course we are, because, we're going through it for the glycerol, which is giving me this, biology research. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. For the sugar. Fluid ingredient shortage of the glycerol, yeah. Well, whatever. I would like to have some colorful concrete here. Alright, but anyways, that's not what I wanted to focus on this episode. I wanted to get all this fluid stuff taken care of. Do I have distilleries, actually? Probably not. I do have a few distilleries, okay. That's probably when I move them is how I get all the distilleries. All right, and now we get compressed residual gas. Do I want to yield modulate? No, I certainly don't. Ah, and the nice thing about doing this residual gas here is that the pressurized one gets us steam, which I don't think was the case with the other recipe, was it? It gives us water with the other one. Cool. Okay, so now we'll get steam, and I can just pump the steam right into this bad boy here, which will be nice to have, I think. Why am I venting steam instead of using a like electrolyzer or something? Not really sure. Should probably change that, huh? All right, let's see here. Power this up. It can hit everything if the lights were there. Okay, and now we just need to, I guess, like, do something like that. All right. Cool. Pump it out. Let's actually move this so that I can then use an elbow without having to worry too much about doing that. Let's see. This is the same thing, right? Residual, what is that? Residual gas and residual gas. Okay. Just wanted to check. All right. And that should go through some stuff. I'm assuming this compressed recipe is pretty good. 30 per second. And how much will this give me? 64 per second, eh? Okay. We need a lot more of this then. Silly me. Which means maybe this wasn't the best place to put it. Well, I can use beacons. And if I can use beacons, then I shall use beacons. Sure. Now what is it going to say? 68. All right. Well, that'll do the trick for now. Yeah, maybe I don't like the position of this, but oh well. Okay, and then I think I will just hook this right in there, and it'll pump into this large tank. Cool. Interesting. I don't remember doing that. All right. Don't want to waste any steam here. Okay. So we have trace gas, which we soon will use. So I'll put a tank down here for it. No need to pump it in, I don't think. Let's see. 50 residual gas gives me 2 trace gas, so that is going to fill up very slowly. And I think I am about to get it. It's this, right? Yeah. So trace gas is going to give me helium. I'll probably just dump the rest, honestly. Compressed trace gas, actually, will give me compressed helium. Cool, and then what do we do with compressed helium? Who knows? We can produce it. Yes. Isotope separation it. Get better polycrystalline silicon from it? No, that's just argon. Get, it's gonna be heavy water, I guess. Wait, what do I need helium for? That's a job for FNEI, isn't it? It is indeed. It's for a host of things. Processors, mainly. Compressed is also for processors, and apparently nuclear fusion and heat pipe 3s and Stirling engine 3s. Okay then. I'm ready for that. I'm ready for helium, baby. Okay, and then compressed argon is something that I'm gonna have to figure out. And is that a job for right now? 5 minutes left to figure out compressed argon. I think we do it. Now, I could go crazy here. Give me some time to think. All right, after looking through what argon and compressed argon are each used in, it will be simpler to just leave it all as argon, because argon is more commonly used. There are a few things that compressed argon is used in reasonable quantities, graphene, for example, but it's really not too bad. This one priority compressor is way more than enough for all of these graphene things. So I'm just going to decompress the argon here and vent the excess, which, is that what I'm doing? No, I'm venting this residual gas. So I'll vent the excess compressed argon then. All right, so all I have to do is run this here over here. Okay, which is straightforward. I'll just run it up and over. And I'm going to have this argon be my top up, and I don't expect to ever need it. Will I? No, I won't ever need it. A single barrel pump can do an insane amount of compressed argon. Look at rate calculator. 150 argon a second, and I'm producing about, like 30, I think. Let me go down and check precisely how much I'm using, but I'll take my underground pipe down as well. So, yes, less than 30. Less than 30. I don't know if that actually included the beacons. I'm not really sure how max rate calculator works with these beacons. Well, I guess I wouldn't know how that works with any beacons. 30. Oh, that interesting. That went down somehow when I selected the beacons, and now it's not selecting the beacons at all. Yeah, I actually have no idea how max rate calculator works. Oh well. About 30, maybe double that with these beacons. Not double, obviously, but, you know. I don't care. Order of magnitude is way off. That can do way more. And I don't even need it. Okay, so yes, I will now vent the compressed argon, which I can do through some turbines. Is that what I want to do? I think so. Okay, check out this sweet design. Whipped that up real fast. Super compact. It relieves into this tank first when this gets to 50% pressure, and then it allows me to put it through a backup turbine. And then if this becomes 30% full, it'll vent into a standard turbine if I need standard power. And then finally, if this gets a bit full, empty actually, I should push that up. Yeah. 50%, 40%, 30%. So, yeah, that makes sense to me. Okay, cool. And then finally, it'll go into this exhaust turbine and just vent. I don't think I need that small tank anymore. But I love the color. Green, yellow, red. Very cool. I'm happy with that. We'll see if it works. Let me know if you can tell it's not going to work. And I also need to... I think I can do the same thing with this. Let's see here. What if I put it like just below it for the compressed gas? Is that crazy? Is this crazy, or am I a genius? I think I might be a genius, you guys. I'm not. Okay, I'm just kidding. I do this it's like self-deprecating jokes about how I'm a genius, because I know I'm not a genius, but I do think that's pretty cool for compressed gas. Just getting rid of it. First backup if you need backup, and then standard if you need standard, and then finally exhaust just to vent it. And mainly I like that because of the colors. And yeah, those gases are being produced at such a slow rate that a single turbine should be plenty. All right, guys. What is happening now? What is happening now? How is my oxygen? Pretty low. Pretty low. Are these working at all? Fluid ingredient shortage of the oxygen. Here, I think. Yeah, fluid ingredient shortage of the oxygen. Ethylene full. Propane is low. I thought I fixed it. Oh, and wind's been running for a while too. Why aren't we getting this stuff? Yeah, it's compressed hydrogen. All right. Do I need water? These are all working. So I should be getting plenty of it. I was filling up the steam. Here we go. This is when I want to stop pumping the hydrogen into steam. I only want to pump it down here. And yeah, it's kind of like a throughput issue. If these are low, then it'll take a while for the gas to get here. Wow, it's taking so long. And then, yeah, this pump can only do... however, it depends on how much hydrogen is in this tank. Okay, cool. Cool. Oxygen looks good. Oxygen looks fine. These tanks are nice and full. Yep, except for this one, which will vent it as needed down here. And so, yeah, when we need power, we'll consume this compressed oxygen here. Okay. I guess that's a reason to put more turbines for this sort of thing, because when we need the power, it consumes these turbine powers relative to how many total backup turbines I have. So like cutting off this thing would help, I think, with that maybe. I'm not sure. Anyways, I think that's got to do it for this episode. We've ticked over into the next hour. Let's check science. Green science, we've improved a little bit. Is it still the lubricant? No, it's not the lubricant now. It is nothing. It's all working at a rate of 1.6 per second, which means that must be about 1. Yeah, with the beacons in there, 1.6 per second, I guess. Although with the beacons in here too, that's not 1.6 per second, I don't think. Or maybe it takes that into account. Let's see. Each machine does 0.168 per second. Is that right? How do I check that? That does 0.126 and that does 0.197. Okay, so it is just reading the crafting speed, which the beacon is affecting. I understand it now. Thank you. You don't need to say in the comments because now I get it. So that is the true rate, 1.684. And then, yeah, same with the labs, I assume. That's the true rate. It's consuming it at 1.829. Okay, cool. So it is just green science. And we're also not producing the biology science because of the green science, I think. Although, hang on, it's this one. Item ingredient shortage of what? Looks like nucleotides. And these are working nonstop. They are working nonstop, perhaps. Sugar's low because of the glycerol. Glycerol's low because of sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide's low because of lack of this stuff. How do I get electrolyzer 3s? I gotta research it first, I guess. Yeah, I gotta research it first. Where is it? Electrolyzer 3s. Okay, kind of a ways down there, so not gonna happen anytime soon. Can I just copy and paste this? Maybe. We are supposedly low on caustic solution. Oh, but we don't need... Yeah, actually that's... Sorry, I said low on caustic solution. What I meant was we're not venting caustic solution fast enough, but I don't even want to vent caustic solution because I don't have sodium hydroxide, so I would love to not vent that, actually. Let's just see what happens if I did that. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really sure the best way to increase my speed here. I could get rid of, or I could change this electrolysis here. We shouldn't need all of this hydrogen anymore because we've got this better methanol and the better alkene synthesis. So yeah, all this hard work, and we don't see that much of a benefit right now. The good news is we have plenty of methanol. So we have plenty of lubricant, but other than that, not sure we're seeing much of a benefit here. Is my power been okay for the last long while? Our power has been fine for the last long while. We should really have way more hydrogen than this. I think it's because I cut this hydrogen off. But of course I'm using it all. So I don't want to shunt that away from here. All right. So we definitely need still more hydrogen. I'll check off the carbon dioxide, but we definitely need more hydrogen still. I might continue working on that, but we do have things like better water, which is good. My water is full here, so that's not going to super help. But and by better water, I mean better desalination. This is way better. Getting water and brine straight from seawater is way more efficient than turning it into saline and then turning the saline into water and brine. It gives us some more wastewater, and it requires steam, which can be a little dangerous because if you run out of power, you might not have the steam you need. But we should be perfectly fine with a full large tank of steam that would run this desalination forever. And then the wastewater byproduct is nice because we can turn it into useful stuff over here. All right, guys, that's got to do for this episode. Next time, I think we will work in our mall a little bit, automating some of the stuff we've been getting, like distillery 3s, air filter 3s, hydro plant 3s, maybe compressor 3s and turbine 3s, maybe well 2s. Oh, windmill 3s, that'll be nice. Maybe heat exchangers, who knows? We'll work in the mall and then probably boost our hydrogen. All right, guys, take care.